When power meets stupidity at full speed, disaster is just around the corner. From overloaded trucks losing control to rigs flipping in seconds, these are the fastest and most reckless logging fails ever caught on camera. Stuck deep in the mud with no way out, this John Deere forestry skidder spins helplessly as thick sludge swallows its wheels. No backup, no traction, just raw power sinking fast. No ropes, no support, and no traction. Just the weight of the load working against it. The driver keeps pushing, but the machine is clearly done moving forward. It's not just a delay, it's a full stop. A simple haul turned into a mud-soaked disaster. And this time, brute force just isn't enough. It's a brutal reminder that in logging, even the toughest machines can get humbled.
Should be folding it up.
Buried deep in winter mud, this overloaded logging truck had no chance of moving on its own. Enter the John Deere 648L skidder, a powerhouse machine built for rough terrain.
Now she'll roll easy.
With its massive grapple and high traction tires, it locks in and begins hauling the stranded rig forward inch by inch.
You're gonna lean this way a little bit.
Snow, ice, and sludge offer no mercy, but the Deere doesn't flinch. It's a raw show of force, precision, and determination in the face of extreme logging conditions. Every pull from the skidder sends waves of tension through the steel cable, and the deep tire tracks behind it show just how brutal the terrain is. Despite the resistance, the skidder powers forward with unmatched grip and control. This scene isn't just about a recovery. It's a perfect example of how tough machines and skilled operators keep the logging industry moving, even in the worst conditions imaginable.
Now we gotta get that chip man out. But that'll roll up.
Power, ice, and pure chaos. This is what happens when a heavily loaded log truck takes on a frozen riverbank. As the driver floors it, the truck surges forward, but the slick snow gives no grip. Suddenly, the entire front end launches into the air, wheels spinning wildly as if the truck's trying to take flight. For a heartbeat, it defies gravity, then slams back down, barely regaining control. It's a jaw-dropping moment where brute force battles nature, and one wrong move could have meant disaster. A worker is seen cutting a tree with a chainsaw, while another stands at a distance, pulling it with a high-tension cable to control the fall. But the moment the final cut slices through, things spiral fast. The tree snaps free with more force than expected. The cable fails to guide it, and instead of falling in the intended direction, it swings wildly and crashes straight onto a nearby house. Barreling down a narrow dirt road deep in the forest, this overloaded logging truck teeters dangerously as it takes a sharp bend. The trailer leans hard under the massive weight of timber, threatening to tip with every jolt. One wrong move, and this powerful rig could have turned into a devastating disaster. It's a tense moment that shows just how unforgiving logging roads can be when heavy loads meet tight corners. But somehow, the driver manages to wrestle it back under control and power through. It's a heart-pounding moment that shows just how quickly things can go south when you push heavy loads at high speed through tight forest terrain. Deep in the snowy forest, a John Deere 648L grapple skidder powers through the cold, dragging freshly cut logs across rugged terrain. The heavy machine battles the icy ground with snow chains gripping every inch, hauling massive trunks as branches snap and crack. Each log pulled free from the frozen earth reminds you how brutal and relentless winter logging can be. Two men try to control a falling palm with the rope, standing far too close. As it drops, they panic and leap away, narrowly dodging a disaster. In the middle of a thick forest, a Caterpillar 518 skidder battles through deep mud, its tires completely caked and spinning for grip. With a massive tree locked in its claw, the machine fights to drag the heavy log up a slippery trail. Every rotation of the wheels flings mud into the air, highlighting just how brutal and unforgiving logging work can be in tough terrain. This is raw power versus nature at its messiest. Despite being nearly swallowed by the muddy trail, the Caterpillar 518 skidder doesn't give up. With sheer power and persistence, it powers through the sludge, dragging the massive log behind it. The tires claw at the earth, throwing chunks of mud as it finally gains traction. Slowly but surely, the machine breaks free, emerging victorious from the grip of the terrain, a true display of grit in the world of logging. Deep in a dense forest, two powerful skidders team up to haul an enormous log, nearly the size of a small car. Covered in dirt and wear, one machine pulls the log using a steel cable, while the other pushes from behind, working in perfect sync. The log is so heavy that the tires sink deep into the ground, churning up debris as they inch forward. Each rev of the engine highlights the intensity of the struggle, but through sheer power and coordination, they manage to drag the massive log out of the forest.
The scene unfolds like a raw display of muscle versus nature. Surrounded by thick underbrush and uneven terrain, the skidders grind through the forest floor, their engines roaring in protest. Mud clings to the oversized tires, and every inch gained feels like a triumph. You can see the tension in the steel cable as it stretches under the load, while the pushing skidder battles for traction behind it. It's a relentless tug-of-war between man, machine, and the unforgiving weight of the forest.
It's a hard-fought victory against one colossal chunk of timber. In this intense logging rescue scene, a fully loaded white logging truck is stuck on a muddy trail, unable to move forward due to the slick, soft terrain. To get it out, a powerful John Deere 748G third skidder comes to the rescue. The steel cable is attached from the skidder's grapple arm to the front of the truck. As the skidder cowers up, its massive tires bite into the mud, creating deep tracks while slowly tugging the truck forward. Despite the weight of the logs and the challenging ground, the skidder steadily pulls the truck free, showcasing the raw force and essential role of support machines in difficult forestry operations. The skidder's engine growls, tires churning through deep clay, while the truck's load of massive logs sways with every movement. The entire scene is a test of timing and control. The operator expertly balances throttle and traction, never overdoing it, avoiding cable snap or machine damage. Bit by bit, the truck inches out of the trap. The mud-sleet trail finally gives way and the truck straightens out on firmer ground. With one final heave, the truck clears the worst of the bog. The cable slacks, the skidder slows to a stop, and a cloud of steam rises from the machines. Victory! No damage, no delay, just pure skill, power, and determination. This is what successful recovery looks like in the unpredictable world of logging. In this intense recovery scene, a fully loaded red logging truck finds itself stuck in soft forest terrain. Its wheels unable to gain traction. The massive weight of freshly cut logs makes any forward movement nearly impossible. Enter a compact but determined Deere 260 skid steer, which pushes from behind with grit and precision. Despite its smaller size, the skid steer digs in and slowly builds momentum, nudging the truck out of its rut. Inch by inch, the heavy vehicle begins to roll, and eventually, thanks to persistence and pressure from the rear, the truck escapes the bog and rolls free. It's a true underdog moment, machine versus mud, and the little skid steer comes out on top. Stuck in a deep rut with both rear tires completely sunken into the ground, this logging truck looked like it was going nowhere. The driver gave it everything, revving the engine, rocking the load, but it just wouldn't budge. With no traction and the weight of the logs holding it down, things weren't looking good. So, the crew decided to unload the truck right there on the spot to lighten the load. And that's when the real underdog stepped in, a Case 1845C skid steer loader, small in size but packed with muscle. It rolled up behind the truck and dug in hard. With tires spinning and engine roaring, the skid steer gave it all it had, and slowly, inch by inch, the stuck truck started to move. It looked nearly impossible, but the Case 1845C pulled it off like a champ, dragging the truck free and turning a stuck disaster into a solid recovery. Look at this intense recovery scene. A fully loaded logging truck finds itself in serious trouble. One side of the truck has tipped down into a deep roadside ditch, with the rear tires completely sunken into soft ground. Despite the driver's desperate efforts, the truck remains stuck, tilting dangerously under the massive weight of the timber load. The situation seems nearly hopeless until a powerful heavy-duty loader arrives on the scene. With a thick cable secured tightly to the truck's frame, the loader positions itself for a high-torque pull.
Come on, man, bring it on.
As its engine roars and the cable stretches, you can see the sheer strain on both machines. Then, slowly but surely, the truck begins to shift.
We're gonna lose that trailer off.
The loader's grip holds steady as it drags the massive vehicle inch by inch back onto the road. It's an incredible display of brute mechanical force and precision teamwork. Against all odds and with one side buried deep in the ground, the truck is successfully rescued without dumping its load. It's the kind of scene that gives you goosebumps and proves that when machines are pushed to the limit, true strength shows. This scene is a true testament to the power of heavy equipment. Even when a rig is buried, tilted, and overloaded, the right machine and operator can turn what looks impossible into a victory. What seemed like a lost cause quickly turns into a recovery operation masterclass. Against all odds, and with the truck still fully loaded, the loader hauls the entire rig back onto stable ground. It's more than just a rescue. It's a powerful reminder of what skilled operators and the right equipment can do in the world of logging. If that did not leave your jaw on the floor, you were not paying attention. From flipped trailers to runaway logs, this video proves that going fast without thinking smart is a recipe for wreckage. Drop a like if any of these clips made you flinch, and hit subscribe for more brutal fails and high-speed chaos you won't see anywhere else. Thanks for watching, and remember, it's not the truck that fails, it's the person behind the wheel.